I've been doing it slowly. So they don't pay attention to what I'm doing. This is why I became a DJ, so I could control any party that I go to.
Do we have control issues?
No!
No, I'm kidding. Have we started
You are!
the show? Have we started the show?
Apparently.
I feel like we have started the show. So let's officially start the show. Hello. Welcome back, everybody. Where are we? To what? What is this? Pew, 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 pew. It's the series of Fortunate Events podcast
Meow, meow.
brought to you by who?
Fluid 510.
And MeMeCherry!
Oh, also that, right? Sorry. I'm always sponsors first. My brain is like too corporate for its own good.
We have our own ownership over here. We come first. We're first billing.
That's right.
You should know better. No, I'm kidding. No, it's just that Phoebe always jokes that they forget to introduce themselves.
No, I know.
That's Drag 101.
That's true. You're a better drag queen than most.
See, I'm clipping that. And
There's your soundbite. Yeah.
And I am joined today by Director of Programs at Counterpulse,
Oh.
Resident Stunt Dummy at Rollin with the Homos, co-founder of Oasis, aka one of my bosses, the canonical comedy queen, and all-around amazing human being.
Oh, that was
One of
too
my
high.
favorite
That
people
was,
ever. It's Mama the Andy.
That was very high praise. Thank you, Mimi. You're so sweet. I love you so much.
This is gonna be a love fest.
This is a throwback too. This is like
Returning guest.
yeah.
Pew, pew, pew.
And see, this is why this is why the visual is good, because like we could have had like a whole like flashback montage
Yeah.
to 6 years ago when we did this.
Well, it will be. It just will be in picture form.
Okay. Cool.
So, first of all, yes, returning guest. Thank you. You're like already all up in my
Sorry.
notes without even knowing. Wait, sing it again. Do you want to be a producer?
I want to be a producer.
So, there's a trend alert on the pod that there's kind of like how like Double XL does like the freshman class for like hip hop artists. I kind of using that as a reference, but obviously you're not a freshman forever. So you become a sophomore, you become a senior, et cetera. So you go off to a grad school.
Mhm.
And so if I've had certain people that were freshmen, maybe sophomores, maybe juniors, you fall a little bit more into like the senior class, but you're the super smart advanced student that like graduated high school at like 13.
Mhm. Yeah, I skipped a few grades for sure. I just like decided that I was somebody with like 17 and
Yeah.
all these years later.
Yeah. And that's when I first had you on the pod.
Oh.
I know. It's
But
amazing.
pre-Oaklash.
Pre-Oaklash was but a dream.
Yeah, I did listen to our old pod in preparation for this, and yeah, it was weird. Like,
Yeah.
it was literally just a glimmer. I was like being I was being overly secretive about it because I wanted it to sound cool and exclusive and new and whatever. But like,
Exclusive.
honestly, I didn't say anything about it. But it is interesting that it's like it was such a twinkle back then.
To me, it's an honor.
Yeah,
And it's part of why it's a little bit of a time capsule, this podcast.
100%.
It captures.
This is a historical thing that you're doing here.
Yes.
So we love
Come
that.
on, historical society.
That's right. Sell this to the
So,
LGBT.
as somebody who can speak on the current state of the union, what are your thoughts and prayers? I don't like saying thoughts and prayers. What are your thoughts on the current state of the union of drag?
Oh my god, just like in general or like in the Bay right now, because
Whatever comes to mind first. What
um
is up here with all these lights? I'm so sorry.
no,
It's just our magnetic.
I'm the one that stole your
chemistry.
fan, so that's on me. Well, first of all, like the Bay Area, first of all, is killing it. I mean,
Yes.
larger drag, whatever. Like the world is scary.
Yeah.
Like Pride. I actually thought Pride this year was like really special because
Yeah.
like we were also like on guard. That's not why it was special, but it just felt more important this year, and so that was really cool. And it felt like gatherings like Oaklash are becoming more and more important because of like the way that the world is.
Yeah.
So that's like nationally, but like, well, and it's like how it affects us locally, but also just like watching these queens and kings at like outside lands last weekend was insane.
Iconic.
And just like there's something happening. There's like a shift happening right now, and it's just a very cool time to be doing what we're doing in the Bay Area, and that is why it's so important that we have historical like documentation of like everything that's happening right now, because it's cool, man. There's like a lot of cool people, and it's crazy that like the people that I started doing drag with here in the Bay like are up in front of like thousands of people
Yeah.
like every weekend.
And that article, the outside,
it was all about
the Dolores stage was the stage
it was
to
all
be
about
at.
it. It was all about reparations. It was all about like Fake and Gay and Oasis. Like it was so cool. Hit me up. I've literally been trying to figure out who booked that because like I'm about it. And also hello.
Hello.
But yeah, we're doing big stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just really proud of everyone who's like, I mean, part of the reason we started Oaklash was because we wanted drag performers, to like dream a little bit bigger. Because like, there was some cute stuff happening back then, but there was nothing like, I don't know, there was only really like Mother back then as like something to aspire to. And now
like
I feel,
Anchor.
Yeah, like just like something that like people saw as like the thing that you get to do. It's either like Mother or like Drag Race, and there was like nothing in between.
Wow, yeah.
And so I feel like Oaklash started bridging that gap around that time, and now I feel like there's just like all this other stuff happening now that just makes me proud to be a performer in the Bay. The Bay's killing it.
Yeah. Speaking of the Bay Area drag killing it, shout out to Snacks and the entire team behind the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I'm so excited.
I have a few of the performers booked. I'm hoping to get all of them booked at some point. And first of all, run, don't walk, run to go catch the show while it's running.
Are they sponsoring you too?
No, but I when I go for the finale, I want to get pulled on stage again so that somebody can capture it this time.
Oh, yeah.
But my God, like it was a dream. The show was a dream. I was very much in my influencer era, like, front row, taking the pictures and the videos and posting them as soon as I got home.
Well, even stuff like that, like Oasis was always kind of doing like cabaret stuff, but it was very like one woman shows, like that kind of vibe. And then like Scream last year, like over Halloween was amazing. When they do Rocky there, it's amazing. I love that Snacks is like kind of bridging this into like an all year, like just like what else can drag be? We built houses here. That Detour Dance did at Oasis was amazing. So like, like just having that kind of space and like using it in that way is like something very new that's happening in the Bay right now.
For sure. Speaking of things that are new and old and in between.
Everything's everything.
Yeah, everything is everything. First of all, this is high praise when I say this, that to me, Mama Celeste is the Andy Kaufman of drag.
Andy Kaufman?
Yes.
Wait, oh, is he? But people hated Andy Kaufman.
No, but they actually know
But
because
also-
there's like iconic, like there's a lot of people that it's like love Andy Kaufman. Like
That's
Trisha Paytas like identifies as Andy Kaufman.
Well, I know you love Trisha Paytas,
Yeah.
but that's also kind of
It is a little problematic. But it's just in terms of and when I say that, it's just like there's this absurdist level of the performance art aspect, especially back when I first got to know you. I feel like obviously all art develops and grows. I don't think but poking your head through a bowl of spaghetti.
Yeah,
That's pretty Andy Kaufman.
Sure.
You know, like the roasted pig. Like to me, like those are kind of like Andy Kaufman-ish moments.
Totally. Andy Kaufman, his like problem was that like he like abused a lot of people's consent. So I hope that's like
no. Well,
like, he just didn't tell anybody what he was doing.
It's the vibe,
Yeah,
not the person.
I want to learn from people like that, the terrorists, the performance art terrorists of the past, but also like there's
grow and apply a better version. Yeah, I don't think you're an art terrorist. That's not it. But there's something very fuck you about
everything,
your approach. And I think that's to me what resonates.
Totally.
It's more the fuck you, and like it's because remember there's going to be so much inside baseball, so I'm going to try to actually open up the doors. So I was here recently. One of the reasons why we're at the DJ booth here at Fluid 510 is because my sweet mama has evolved their art into also including that of the pushing and pulling and twisting of knobs.
The beep boops.
Yes, the beeps and the boops.
Say in the biz.
And we were chatting that you kind of want to bring back. You're having also kind of like a renaissance yourself, that you want to bring back kind of like that Club Poppers vibe. Like you grew to the festival stage and now you want to bring it back to like that backyard wrestling kind of like vibe that you just show up and like have fun.
It's true. There's a need for both. I mean, yeah, that's what was happening. That's what was really
so that's
happening.
Why when I say that, that's what I mean.
Totally. It's like there was like a totally different vibe happening. And that's what built, the people who, like Nikki or Mary or like, the people like Cochina and Lisa, like was the fact that we had so many stages to fail. And so I also don't want like when we're doing things like Oaklash or Princess, like those are one type of drag, and I want there also to be space for other types of drag. I'm exhausted, so I don't know if when that's gonna happen, that I'm gonna go back to doing just like pop-up drag stuff. But I do miss it. And Yeah, that party was cool, and someone has to take the reign. I would love if someone else like
Well, enjoy some pictures
that
here
reign.
that I'm dropping in from when I went to Club Poppers way back when.
Totally. Oh my god. Talk about like just messy, disgusting.
Oh, I love those
dirty
pictures. I
party nights
love those pictures. It's like when I
on a
was talking.
Tuesday.
Yes, because I was talking to Kai about the pictures that I took of them, all of them over at Balançoire back in the day. That it's just pure delusion, fantasy.
There's a fine line in your what we're describing as historical right now, and also blackmail. Pretty much the same thing.
Facebook.com/MeMeC photo.
Yikes.
Okay, well, so speaking of,
Right
I feel like you also, a big part of your influence is just performance art in general.
Mm-hmm.
And that takes me to the work that you're doing at The Pulse, that is Counter, aka Counterpulse.
Going against the pulse.
Yeah, tell
of
me.
society.
See?
Counterpulse is cool. Counterpulse is again somewhere that like when I started in the scene, Vivienne Forevermore was producing stuff at Counterpulse. She's still a house artist. They were producing the show, which is happening October 14th, which is gonna be really cool. Just like a bunch of huge production drag events happening throughout the Tenderloin. But yeah, it was one of the first places that I saw drag. Just like on a stage that wasn't in a club setting, and so I loved sort of dreaming that way. I don't think I would have I needed things like that back then, to like be able to dream of Oaklash, to like see like things happening outside of just like nightlife and like pushing the boundaries of what drag could be. And I feel like Counterpulse has always been a space for that, and I now that I'm in a new role as director of programs there, I'm like really excited to bring more folks from the community in. So hit me up, DM me. I'm here to answer questions. It's very cool just like to have space, like I feel like Oaklash sort of interrogates space, and we just show up and we do this thing in the public, and that's one way to do something. But just like having the building of Counterpulse is just such an amazing resource. So I'm really excited to see what we can do there. Yeah,
I also love the fact that the show is popping up around the Tenderloin, because coming home from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air the other night, I was like, I'm trying to be a little bit more fiscally conservative. I've been out in these streets a little too much. Let me take the bus to the BART. Wow, what a concept. I'm not going to Uber all. Yeah, I was like, I can't be Ubering back and forth from the Bay all the time. It's going to bankrupt me really quick. So I'm texting with a friend of mine who lives in New York, and I'm joking, like, I'm walking through the dangerous streets of downtown San Francisco to go take the bus to the train. Ooh! And, when you see it so much referenced about San Francisco, it's like, oh, the scary Tenderloin. Yeah. And so I commend that you are doing, that rose out of the concrete moment with that.
Yeah, I mean, we've always done like neighborhood arts programming, and also Counterpulse wasn't always in the Tenderloin. So I think once we moved there, we were really intentional about, just making space for that community as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I everything that people are saying about San Francisco right now, like the techies are leaving. I mean, you're a techie, so I don't want you
allegedly
to go anywhere,
in Minecraft.
But it's also like you're a techie who like believes in the community and puts in the work. Like
I've also been here for a long time.
The part of San Francisco are the people who like come to San Francisco and are like afraid of like just like the families and like human beings who live in the Tenderloin. Like you can go. Like what's gonna be left is like the artists and the queers and the people of color who like made San Francisco what it is. So.
Exactly. What makes the city vibrant is gonna still be the heart beating underneath it all. Exactly. Speaking of art and things, I touched a little bit about it, but tell me about why did you decide to start DJing, and what is it about DJing that like speaks to you and makes your body tingle?
I think, well, again, like just with the amount of like producing that I'm doing, I'm like just trying to figure out what I want to be doing as an artist, and I think I've always loved music.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like having my fingers in like every part of like the parties that I throw is also important. Like I've learned so much about like how to throw a good party. Like now that I can like talk to DJs about like technology and stuff. So that was kind of where it started. Was just like learning this technology. You just want to know.
Yeah.
And then I just got like really inspired by people like Charles Hawthorne, who are like Nate Manic, like people who are like really using music to bring people together. So like. I love that. I got a drum kit recently.
Ooh, cute.
And I also just like, want to go back to making bad art. and like making bad art like
That's
in my
relatively
bedroom.
low lift.
Yeah. So like now I've got a drum kit. I have like a MIDI keyboard. I'm like fucking around. Like I'm ready to just like make bad stuff and put it back in the world like I used to be doing. Like not everything has to be Oak Glass. Not everything has to be like this perfectly polished, like well coordinated thing. Like I kind of just want to fuck around for a while, and like I really like learning new skills is also something that I've realized. Like I like learning. I like teaching myself. It's part of why I liked roller skating, because I felt like that like level up happened the more that I did it. Like just like getting to like that next trick, or like learning to skate backwards, or like whatever. And so I feel like I kind of did that, and I'm kind of focusing in on like the music production, like DJing stuff. So it's just a lot of fun, and that's like all I want it to be. Is just fun.
Well, first of all, it shows me that you're truly an artist at heart, because you're always searching for some kind of artistic medium. And sometimes, you know, if you're lucky enough to become super successful at something, if you're truly an artist, you then go searching for like the new thing that you can get yourself like dirty in and like learn. And not only are you an artist, but you're a curious artist, which is why you like the learning.
Well, and the like back to like the party part, like it's just so interesting to like see a party unfold like from the DJ booth. Like, we really do have a lot of control up here, and maybe I like that too. So I don't know. I'm figuring it out. But I'm enjoying it right now, and that's all that I really care about.
You're good in a conductor seat.
Totally. Yeah. It's like dance monkeys. Like I see you. Like what you really want is a Britney mix right now, so I'll give it to you. You know, like
oh my gosh, watching Mama work the other night was so much fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna leave in an hour, and then like 3 hours later, I'm gonna leave in an hour.
No, right? Yeah. You gotta bring him in. You gotta know when to hold him and know when to fold him.
Speaking of roller skating, tell me about rolling with the Homos. I got the Nikki side. I want the Mama side. I also got the cake side, so I want the Mama side of why Rollin. And tell me, talk to me.
Kind of similar to what we were saying before. Like Rollin is like, and I think Nikki said this on your podcast, it's like the easiest party that we throw. Like literally, like if there's music and there's people, there's a party. Like that's it. And like we just show up to this park every month. And it's just like the best vibes. And like back to crazy Pride Month, like I was so worried about security. I was so worried about doing an all ages event in like a public space. And so like we hired security, you know, like we did all the things that like we thought we would have to do. And it was just like so low key and so fun and like such a good time. And it always is. And like whenever I'm in a bad mood before I go, like when like the weekend of Rollin, I like show up to that party and I'm like, everything, like life is good. Like that party is just like so much fun.
You see the boats going by.
It's just so like just like what life should be is like watching drag performers like fall on a waterfront and like,
get back up
with all your friends while microdosing shrooms. Like it's really just like a perfect party, and it's just it's so much fun to throw. And like working with Charles and Nate and Nikki and Angel and Holly from a distance like has just been such a dream.
We love you, Holly.
But we're going on 3 years now, so we are taking a little break this winter. We're gonna like just refocus, take some time, like,
hibernate.
We just like haven't had like a month off in 3 years, so I think it'll be good. It's just a lot of fun.
We did quite the deep retrospective of Oaklash with B. I just want to fast forward just to this most recent one with you.
Okay.
And speaking of, you mentioned some of the concerns that there were around Rollin. You expressed to me after the fact, or I think it kind of just came up after the fact a little bit, that we flew a little bit more under the radar this year because of the concerns, but it went off swimmingly. It was amazing. There were some bumps in the air. The wing almost fell off, but we kept the plane going.
Thanks to you and Vivi and Charles and literally like our amazing team who stepped up. What's the question? Because I'm just like reminiscing right now.
Yeah, just tell me your thoughts.
I mean with like the security stuff again, like we like booked like way more security than we ever have, you know, like, and it was just like and our security was there like just like hanging out with Naomi Smalls and like having a good time, and I was like, okay, great. Like all of my like anxiety from the last 3 months like was not for nothing, you know?
Of course.
Like when you do something like that, it's really not for nothing, but it was just like,
and it paid off. Everything that you did paid off.
This last year was like just so amazing to me because I like, you know, realized how solid our team is. It just like felt so good when like when things started going down, like someone was right there to pick it back up, and like I'm just so grateful to like have that was the idea the whole time, was to build something that like I didn't need to be like running around like a chicken with my head cut off the whole time.
Yeah.
And this was the first year that I think I was like, okay, we've done this, we've streamlined this, we have the people, like we have like the money to pay people, like, you know. So I thought this year was really great. I thought it was like a really great, like it feels like we're past the like fake it till you make it point that we like sort of did with Oaklash for a while, where you know, like B and I were just like reaching out to anybody we could, trying to like scramble any resources or money or like whatever to find what we could, and like we've got this down to a science now, and it's like now we can really take it to the next level. So
well, first of all, I'm so proud of you, kid.
Yeah,
because sometimes you're so much younger than me, but sometimes I feel like you're like my elder because you're just so freaking accomplished. I'm
just like way too ambitious.
You're very ambitious.
This is why I'm like, I need to just like be like a DJ for a while, you know, like I just need to like fuck around and like, because I've worked so hard and I need to enjoy the fruits of my labor.
Yeah,
now, you know,
I agree.
That's where I'm at.
I agree, and I co-sign that message that you're telling yourself.
I'm still gonna work hard because I'm who I am.
You can't help it.
I literally cannot help it. But
I think working in that new modality of like taking a second to breathe it in, because if not, you wake up 50 years from now and all you did was work.
Totally.
And you didn't enjoy life, and you have a really good life.
Period.
And respectfully, it's funny that the biggest issue that we had was somebody had a panic attack towards the end of the festival, and we were like, wow, that was like the biggest issue we had the whole time.
And everyone snapped into action, and we had like a whole plan for if that happened, you know, like it was just so good. Yeah.
Well, my gosh, time flies when I'm amongst people that I love, but we are coming up on our cute little commercial break. I feel like with Mama, I'm just gonna cuddle. We're just going to cuddle in the commercial break. Tell each other how much we love each other. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay. Oh, that was so like soothing.
I can put on my like radio voice.
It's giving sweaty balls. I have very sweaty balls right now.
Are we still on? You're still on the mic.
In my crumble opinion. Hi, I'm Phoebe Cakes, and you're tuning into In My Crumble Opinion. Hello, my little crumb whores. Hi, my little crumb dumpsters. Hello, my little crumb guzzlers. Welcome, my little crumb dumpsters. Hello, my little crumb guzzlers. Hello, my little crumb hungry sub pigs. Hello, my little crumb buckets. Hello, my little cum lovers. Oh my god, I said cum lovers. Hello, my little crumb lovers. Go ahead and like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Follow me on all social media platforms.
Oh my god, that was so gay.
Yeah, that was gay. Once again, I am Phoebe Cakes. In my crumble opinion.
Hi babes, editing Mimi here. Stick around at the end of the show for a fun flashback to the last time my dear Mama Celeste was on the pod. Love you all so much.
Take two. Clap. Oh, yeah.
I've actually been doing pretty good if you're playing the drinking game. We're not doing that bad today.
If
I mentioned Oaklash, Mama Celeste, Crumble, Florida Man.
Mm-hmm.
And we're back. And that was our previous alarm.
We do that again.
It's okay.
Oh, great.
It's okay. We're authentic here.
That's right. We're living in the moment.
Do you like my cam, baby? There we go. That's a yes and. So, are you ready?
Is it game time?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Because I heard feedback. More games, less talking. So, but are you... am I having tables flipped on me today?
Yeah, you want to start there?
Okay, perfect. Well, no, it's okay. We can end with it. I think that'd be
okay. Great.
That'd be the best. I'll let you flip me over on the end.
I'm ready.
So, first up today, we have a cute little game, very Oaklash inspired, booked or t-shirt.
Both are a win because they're very nice t-shirts.
I have one. I love that t-shirt. So I think you get the gist of the game.
Yes.
Do you want to give a background? Quick one.
So the t-shirt?
The concept of the t-shirt and the book or the t-shirt.
So every year, Oaklash puts out an application. We get hundreds of applications, and we can only accept usually like 60 or something like that. And every year we have to send out a bunch of terrible rejection letters, and I hate it, but it's part of the gig, and there's no turning back from it. So we made some t-shirts that say I didn't get booked for Oaklash. We kind of stopped making them, if I'm honest. I think anybody who
it was a moment.
Anybody who wanted that joke of a t-shirt, they got that t-shirt, and now they're a very limited edition, but we do have a few left.
Well, and if to play the drinking game, to quote Crumble,
Yeah.
I think you mentioned that part of that also was that specific year with people being inside.
Oh, but people are mad every year.
Yeah,
so.
but the expression of it was a little bit more.
We needed to strike back for sure and like qualm some people's entitlement. Just because you have a pageant title does not mean that you get into everything. It doesn't mean it's not a gateway into whatever. Like pageants are, as far as I'm concerned, stupid.
In her cunty opinion.
That is my cunty opinion. Pageants mean nothing. They're objective, and whoever is the judge, or that one number that you did can be great, but your work as a whole is not. That one night is not reflective of your work as a whole. So pageants are fun, and we can think bigger than that.
Ooh, I like that challenge.
Yeah.
I like that call to action. But for now, we're gonna go booked or t-shirt.
Back to the fun part. Less cunty opinions, or still cunty opinions.
Very
probably.
cunty opinions. What do we think about Lady Gaga? Does Lady Gaga get booked, or does Lady Gaga get a t-shirt?
We can't afford her, but sure.
We're dreaming. We're dreaming big.
Dreaming. Got it.
We're manifesting.
I got that Zellerbach grant, and they want me to bring Lady Gaga. Absolutely. Yeah, that would be sickening. I mean, Lady Gaga also performed at the Stud way back when, so that's
saying.
a full
circle
throwback. She's not above it.
Let's manifest it. Come on. What do we think about Dolly Parton?
Absolutely booked.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
What if we're gonna request a one specific song that Dolly performs at Oaklash? What song would you have Dolly perform?
I recently saw Pop Rocks The Human do a really great rendition of Jolene, where Jolene with their auburn hair and emerald eyes was like an alien creature. So I would love to see it. There's Draggy Yoki. Someone was telling me about this and I would love to see something like this in the Bay. But it's if Dolly Parton was singing, and Pop Rocks was doing that number, and that would be the dream day.
My basement just flooded a little bit at that thought.
Yeah, I like a combo here.
What do we think of Harry Styles?
I guess t-shirt. We don't also just back to the entitled thing. We don't need any more white twinks at Oaklash. It's fine.
In their cunty opinion. What do we think of the icon, the moment, who will never retire, Cher?
Oh my god, booked. Yeah, 100% booked. But only if she does the her ABBA album.
Yes. Perfect. That was gonna be my next question.
Yeah.
Okay. Up next on Booked or T-shirt. What do we think of Fozzie Bear?
Oh, what? Any Muppet gets booked on my show. My first job in California, I worked at the YMCA camp in Loma Mar, and there you can't give the kids your name because they don't want them to find you online, and so you have to have a nickname. And so I was Fozzie Bear.
Oh,
yeah. So much love for Fozzie Bear.
Oh,
Waka
that's
waka.
so cute. Well, I feel like I know the answer to this next one. What about Miss Piggy?
Oh, headliner.
Yes.
she gets the final act. She's closing the show.
The VIP
doing
treatment.
the full Esther Williams swimming act. Yes. I want that. Absolutely.
Swimming Muppets is the best.
If there's more Muppets on that list, they're all booked.
I mean, because I consider myself a Muppet, there's we'll skip the Muppets. They're all booked.
There was more Muppets. I love that.
We had Cookie Monster and Big Bird. They're just on no audition needed.
I was never a Big Bird
Oh, look
girl.
at this. We have
I guess I do have opinions. But I also I went to what was it? Sesame Street, I guess, Sesame Place.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, and Big Bird took his head off in front of me, and I really did not like that as a kid.
That's so against the rules.
I know. Yeah.
You never take your big head off.
Yeah.
But Cookie Monster, even though they might eat all the edibles.
No, she's on a journey right now. I know she's like, learning moderation. So we're proud of Cookie Monster, and we don't shame addiction here.
No, we don't. It's all about harm reduction.
Harm reduction.
What about
Cookie Monster's a great poster child for harm reduction.
Hello. One of my anyways, I should shut up now. What do we think of Lord Licorice? Some good old Candyland.
Oh, what's his act?
He's like the boo.
I know who he is. I'm just like imagining what he would do on stage.
Something probably he would probably
You
do
know
like
what?
LaChucha's laugh track.
I'm gonna say yes to Lord Licorice because he is definitely like an androgen style like drag king.
Yes.
That sort of like drag king faggoty villain.
Yes.
Like, I'll book Lord Licorice. I wasn't really thinking in that vein, but I see it now.
Yeah, because
I
they're a
want
little queer
androgen
coded.
as Lord Licorice. That's what I want.
Yes! Oh my god, I love that.
Actually.
We're staying in Candyland for a bit. What do we think of Princess Frostine?
You're really testing.
She's an ice skater.
Is there a movie coming up for this board
It's
game
it'll
in like the
probably
Mattel?
It'll probably
world?
be a
'Cause
part of that.
They definitely need to do that with all these characters.
I'm manifesting this right now. So she's an ice skater. I feel like
Oh.
maybe for Rollin.
Okay, Denali. I'm casting this show. I'm
Yes.
casting Androgen as Lord Licorice, Denali as
Princess Frostine.
Princess Frostine. I want Interrogating the Dragon as the Gloop monster.
Yes. And then the last one that I have for Candyland is Grandma Nut.
Grandma Nut.
Yes. She
Wait.
oversees the peanut acres.
This is me. I'm casting myself as Grandma Nut.
Last but not least, on our booked or t-shirt, Peppa Pig.
Oh, Peppa Pig. She's stunty cunty, so I'll give her that. And that little girl who was in like The Haunting of Blythe Danner or whatever that show is called. She was really cute. Peppa Pig. Again, I don't know her act. She can't whistle, so what is she supposed to do? I could whistle her under the rug. I'm gonna give Peppa Pig a t-shirt. She's really sweet. She's a little underage. I don't know if Peppa Pig needs to be at the after party.
Maybe not necessarily booked.
Yeah, love her though.
They can come to the block party.
She can come to the block party.
All ages stage.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. You
In a
survived.
t-shirt.
You survived booked or t-shirt.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I changed that game around and just made it like how I would book a show, which is kind of fun.
Oh, that's what the game is.
Yeah.
Booked or t-shirt.
That's true.
Okay, perfect. Next up, before I allow it to be flipped over.
Oh,
I have questions from Internetlandia.
fun.
Have you ever seen the Milky Way?
is this from Hands? I am still convinced that I have. I see the cosmos in everything.
Yes.
Like we're all connected. I see it in you. I see it in me. I see it in Fluid 510. We're all part of the interconnected cosmos. So
I love
take
this.
that, Hands.
I love that. I love
you
that
can't see it.
answer.
That's on you. You're not on enough shrooms. That's your fault.
Who do you think you are?
Is that B? Am I guessing who these questions are from? I think I'm Mama Celeste, Oakland's very own
Canonical comedy
gentrifier.
queen.
No. I'll leave it there.
Last but not least,
Oh no.
from Hands. Did it hurt when I came out of your butt?
Hands first. Hands. Anytime Hands enters a stage, watch them first because they weasel their way out. They claw. The tear. My hemorrhoids were raging after.
Future guest of the pod.
Cute. I love that.
Well, you survived. Questions from Internetland.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Did I survive? I called myself a gentrifier. Shot myself in the foot there.
You're still standing.
That's right.
And not a drop of sweat. So I think you won.
It's sweaty in here though.
It's a little hot and steamy. Okay, so I'm ready to get flipped over.
Oh my God. Okay, so we're doing a classic. Last time I was on Mimi's podcast, for some reason, I actually don't know why, you decided that I should do this to you, but now it's a tradition. So we're
the
gonna
only person that I'm submissive to in this world
we're
is
gonna
Mama
Kiki
Celeste.
Kai Kai Pill. We're gonna go back to the classics. And I want to start with Kiki Kai Kai Pill.
I'm sweating now.
With your I know.
Feels like
With your recent trip to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Major Hammy, Mud the Two-Spirit, or Redbone?
Oh my God. Oh my God. I love you, Lisa, but I'm already pulling the kai. This is just.
Mud as Carlton looks incredible.
You know what did it for me? The voice cracks.
Oh my God. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see the show. Stop avoiding the question.
Fuck. Damn it. Okay. I'm gonna properly play the game. Redbone, I'm gonna respectfully give you a beauty pill, some collagen, because you're just so beautiful and gorgeous and limber.
So beautiful.
So beautiful. Not even the gowns, just beautiful. So Redbone gets a collagen pill. I wanna kiki with Mud. It's like we've met on the internet land now, kind of like in passing. We danced a little bit on the stage.
So fun.
I want to hang out with Mud and Major Hammy. We had some fun in the pool, didn't we?
Oh,
It'd be fun to have some more fun in the pool.
Hammy was making a lot of friends that day. That Oak Lodge debrief got a little saucy at the end.
Okay, I played. I answered. Okay, next.
Okay, next. I want to make a toxic work environment and ask you about your Oak Lodge coworkers. Pop Rock's the human.
In her toxic opinion.
Pop Rocks, Holden Wood, or who else should I bring down this rabbit hole? Or Charles Hawthorne.
Okay. Pop Rocks, I'm gonna kiki with. I'm gonna kai with Charles, and I'm gonna give a CBD edible to Holden.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
You're better at this game than most people. You've been preparing for this. You have all the caveats. You have the flip cards.
You made it my own game.
Yeah.
Do you have one more round for me?
One more round. I didn't come with a third one. Shawnee's Angels.
Oh wow! Yes, there we go.
Mortiz, Delilah Be Fierce, or Chucha.
Ooh, Amora, I'm giving you whatever you are. I don't know what tribe you associate with, but whatever you want, I'll give you some of that. Maybe something, a Red Bull in a capsule. For those long nights.
That's right.
Delilah, I've seen around for a long time, but have never had a cute hang with.
Deserves a kiki.
Yes, please come kiki with me, Delilah.
Yeah.
And I mean, me and Chooch, we just had some oh my God.
I should have made that harder. I know you're on with Chooch right now.
Chooch is my newest obsession.
But I feel like all of these are getting a little steamy. I think you might just be a little steamy right now, Mimi. Steamy Mimi.
Okay, yeah, it is.
And that was Kiki Kai Kai Pill, starring MeMeCherry.
Flip tables version. Well, let me make sure that I do the right things I'm supposed to do as an influencer. Mama Celeste, where can they find you?
They can find me at Steamworks. They can find me.
What are you doing at Steamworks,
at
girl?
That Sweet Greens over there. They can find me on Instagram at Mama Celeste Fan Club, Oak Lodge 2023, until next year when we'll have to change it to Oak Lodge 2024. Until someone gets it. Where else they can find me? At Counterpulse, at Rollin Homos. I do a lot of things, so find me most places. Find me on my couch playing Yu-Gi-Oh! That's all I've been doing recently.
My pool.
Mimi's pool.
Anything that you want to drop into the crystal ball and manifest for the future?
Ooh, I like it. My crystal CDJ. I see a bunch of drag queens sitting by the pool. We're all bathing in a pool of dollar bills and all the grant money that anyone could want, and we're all just living the dream. I don't know. Everything's pretty great right now. So
how do we make this podcast network happen? That's going to be an offline question.
Oh yeah.
Tune in for Unnamed Redacted Podcast Network coming
That's
to
true.
you.
Don't say it.
Yeah, it's redacted. It's redacted.
It's too good.
I actually went and deleted the tweet too.
Good. I love that.
Okay, so if you're listening to the audio, first of all, thoughts and players to you, blessings and all the good things. Please come over to the YouTube. We're so cute in person. I mean, in video, but in person, we're people on video.
Well
we're cute.
moisturized.
Yes, very well moisturized, hydrated. I'm actually very thirsty right now. If you are on the YouTube, please hit the like button, subscribe. I think it's like 90% of my viewers are not subscribed. You know, the easiest thing you can do is hit that subscribe button. You know you want to.
Let's get monetized.
You know you like my cam, baby. If you are on your friend's computer, go over to iTunes and subscribe them to the podcast. They will thank you. Live show.
Stay tuned.
Live show. What do you think? Do you think I can pull this off?
What are you talking about? I literally said at the start of this podcast, you're a better drag queen than most drag queens. So you're gonna be great. It's gonna be a superstar studded event.
And on that note, stay tuned. I love you, Mama.
I love you.
Oh. Okay, I don't want it to end, but okay, bye.
Bye. I wanna be a producer. Hey, we're going. Nice. Cut. Action.
Picture. Okay.
It's rewind time. Yeah.
And that's you know, as I'm going to plug this Oakland Drag Festival again happening in May. It's very important for me to pay people because there's so much work that goes into a number. There's rehearsals, whatever, getting ready in a day. We deserve more money as drag performers because of the time that we spend put into things that don't get the recognition that they deserve.
Yeah, I mean, and the makeup, the clothes, the wigs, like all of that is an investment. Yeah, for sure. Tips for drag fans.
Ooh, don't touch me.
Thank you. Yes.
Tips for literally tips from drag fans. Pay us money because if the bars are not going to, that's because they're expecting you to.
Yeah.
And do your history. As I was like sitting in my bed before I came over here today, I was in an internet debate with somebody on Twitter about knowing your drag history, and their question was like, why is everyone comparing me to Trixie Mattel? And it's like, girl, like it comes from somewhere. Like drag comes from
everything has a reference point.
Yeah, drag.
You gotta know the references.
Drag has moved from being like regional, which is like everybody in Florida looked like Roxy Andrews' family because like Roxy Andrews' drag mother was so influential, you know, and that was what Florida drag became. But now that we have the internet, you see Trixie Mattel and you steal that white eyeliner, you know, and I think it's wrong to not acknowledge that.
Yes.
And I think people need that history. So yeah, you can say, well, the correct response is not like, I'm not Trixie Mattel. It's, well, actually Trixie Mattel got that from Kimchi, who was, you know,
cite your references.
Who's referencing whatever, you know, there's history there, and the history can be celebrated rather than ignored.
Getting offended. Yeah. And getting offended. Like, how dare you get offended?
So learn your history.
Yeah. And if somebody compares it to somebody amazing, like, why are you getting offended?
And there's so much amazing drag history that people don't know about.
Yes.
So,
well, conversely, tips for a baby drag queen.
Oh, same thing. Know your references. Drag is not original, so steal. Steal until you do something original. I think all of my earliest numbers, and I still get shade for this, is that I steal drag numbers, and I have no shame about it. I think I don't think drag queens have ever been original. Because we are stealing the voices of singers, you know, you don't have to be talented to do drag. You don't have to be original to do drag. You just have to do drag.
Yeah.
You just have to exist.
Yeah.
And I think presence is so important.
That's good.
If I see a Bob the Drag Queen number that I really am inspired by, I'm going to do it. And by doing it and by using her number as a script, you learn something, and eventually you get to the point where you can start doing things or thinking about how she got to that point with other things. So I say steal looks, steal numbers, and be unabashed about it, and give fucking references. Don't do it, and don't talk about it.
Yes.
I've seen queens do like Alaska Thunderfuck mixes, kimchi mixes, and not say that's what they're doing, which I think is wrong.
Yeah.
I think you have to do it, and you have to be proud about it.
Yeah, cite your references.
Because everyone does it.
Yes, let's break down the hustle. How do you break into the scene?
Show up. So when I started up in New York, I like this speed run.
Thank you.
When I started out in New York, I was showing up to things as a baby queen with my friends, and everyone thought we were fucking annoying. And when I moved to San Francisco, I had the exact opposite reaction, which is that everyone was like, in New York, it was like, who are you? Why are you at my show? And when I moved to San Francisco, it was, oh my God, who are you? Why are you at my show? Like, let me book you. So show up. And if they don't like you, gotta talk to the owner and get your own show.
Yeah. And there's a lot of places to show up to too in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how, my photography got reignited. I just started showing up. Nobody booked me. Nobody asked me. Nobody paid me. I just started shooting away.
That's sickening. We were doing a show at Eli's Mile High Club up at like closer North Oakland area. And there was this queen there who showed up, and another girl had dropped out. And she was in full drag, and she looked cute. And the person who was running the party was like, do you want to perform? And she was like, well, I don't really know how to lip sync, but I'm like a guitarist. And like, if you give me 20 minutes, like I'll run home and get my guitar.
That's amazing.
It was amazing. It was such an amazing moment. Dusty Mears, she's out here now. And she's, who knows what she's going to do.
Yeah.
But it was that moment of like, just, that's what community is there for.
Yes. So this one is kind of like similar, but not. How do you book gigs? Is it all in who you know? But it doesn't sound like necessarily.
No, I mean, like, how do I get my gigs?
Yeah. Or just in general.
I think it's like a matter of it's the same thing. You just show up. But,
all right. I think we touched on it.
Yeah.
Shadiest thing a queen has said backstage.
Everyone's like calling me fat. I can't even begin. I'm just going to plug a show here. We're doing
Good pivot.
Yeah.
Good pivot.
So Heclina has her roast next month, I think.
Perfect pivot. The queen of the pivot was that one.
And we are doing a counter roast with the How Is Life girls, where we're just going to roast each other because nobody booked us. So that's the thing, is you just make your own goddamn show. We're doing the roast of Nikijas and Fietta, who are the heads of How Is Life, and it's How Is Spit Roast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Best compliment a fellow queen has given you.
Aw, that's nice.
I was trying to yin and yang it.
I can't quantify the amount of support that I've gotten out here, especially with Trish, especially with the work that I'm trying to do there. The fact that people want to work with me is the biggest compliment for me.
Sure.
The fact that people want to keep creating and invite me to keep creating with them, and work on their visions, help me with my visions. I think that's the biggest compliment you can get as a drag performer.
Absolutely. Local queen to be on the lookout for besides Mama.
I'm gonna say Beatrix Lahane. I think she's the person who's making shit happen in Oakland right now, and she just keeps getting better. She's technically my drag niece, so she's Terry Twatwaffle's drag daughter. So there's some lineage connection there.
Of course.
But she and I started at the same time. And I think she's incredible, and I think she's born and bred in Oakland.
Nice.
And we just happen to be working on this drag festival
nice.
together.
Favorite drag race queen?
Oh, Alaska Thunderfuck.
Favorite Dragula queen?
MeMeCherry presents a series of fortunate events. Fortunate events. Fortunate events. A series of fortunate events.